Hey everybody, let's go over the homework with percents, fractions, and decimals. And just remember for today that all percents are over 100. They are always out of 100, no matter what they are. So let's start there. Let's look at the first problem, 18%. 18%, 18 over 100. 38% is 38 over 100. And 540, even though it's higher than 100, it's still over 100. And even this weird guy, 1/8 of a percent, we're going to still put that over 100. Okay, now before we simplify, let's do the decimals. We're just going to read them out loud, right? 18 hundredths is 0.18. 38 hundredths is 0.38. And 540 hundredths, well, I'm going to do some simplifying here first. That's 54 tenths. And if I make that into a mixed number, that's going to be 5 and 4 tenths. So that helps me with the decimal. I know it's 5.4. Okay. And this guy, let's save that. So let's simplify these fractions first. 2 can go into both, 9 and 50 times. Okay. 2 can go into both here, 19 and 50 times. And now let's get to the hard problem. 1/8 over 100. When I say over, that's the same thing as me saying divided by. So this problem is the same thing as saying 1/8 divided by 100. And remember, 100 is over 1. So we've done this before. Dividing by a fraction is the same as what? Multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm going to rewrite that. 1/8, right? Flip it, and multiply. And we get 1/800th. So this simplifies to 1/800th. Okay. Now 1/8, this is the tricky part, the decimal. Okay. Now I could divide 1 into 800. I could say 1's jumping into the pool and figure it out that way. All right. And just for the heck of it, let's do it. How many times can 800 go into 10? 0. How many times can 800 go into 100? 0. How many times can 800 go into 1,000? Once, right? With 200 left over. How many times can 800 go into, add another 0, bring it down, whoops, bring it down. 8 into 2,000, or 800 into 2,000 is going to be 2, which will give me 1,600, right? And then add another 0, bring it down, and 800 into 4,000 is 5, and that terminates. So the decimal is 0.00125. Okay, that was a tricky one. All right, next one. 1/5. First, let's see any of these fractions. Can we get them out of 100? All right, and the answer for 1/5 is yes. I could multiply that by 20 over 20. And when I do that, I get 20 hundredths, which is 20%. Can't get 7/8 out of 100. Okay, 3/4, 3 1/4, can't get that out of 100 yet. But 7/25, I can make that out of 100, right? I could multiply that by 4 over 4 and get 28 hundredths, which is 28%. So here we go. Let's make this into a mixed number, or sorry, an improper fraction. 12 plus 1 is 13 fourths. Now, if I multiply that by 25 25ths, that's going to give me something out of 100. So 13 times 25. If I do that, I'm going to find that I'm going to count by 25s. 25, 50, 75, 100. 25, 50, 75, 200. 25, 50, 75, 300. And 25 more makes 325 hundredths. So that is 325%. And that kind of makes sense because $3.25 is 3.25, right? So it's kind of cool to see how that works. All right, now the decimals. I'm just going to read this out loud. 20 hundredths. That's the same thing as 2 tenths. So that's 0.2. 28 hundredths here. That's 0.28. And 7/8, I'm going to long divide that out. All right. 7 is jumping into the pool. And I add decimal, I add decimal, I add a 0. 8 into 70, I'm going to multiply by 8 to get 64. With 6 left, add a 0, bring that down. 8 into 60, I'm going to multiply that by 7. 8 times 7 is 56. I get 4 left over. Add another 0, bring it down. And finally, 8 into 40 is 5, and it terminates. Remember, anything over 8 terminates. So that's 0.875. When I go 2 places to the right, I get 87.5%. All right. And the final page. These are the easiest because we just read them out loud. So 78 hundredths, right? I'm going to read this out loud. 35 hundredths. This is 10 and 7 tenths. And this guy, tenths, hundred, thousandths, this goes out to the 10,000ths place, right? So that's going to be 368 over 10,000. Okay, now I'm going to show you a quick trick. When I'm doing the decimal to the percent, all I'm going to do is go 2 places to the right. That is 78%, which is the same thing as 78 hundredths. 2 places to the right is 35%, and all percents are over 100, right? This guy, 2 places to the right, what do I fill that in with? Well, a 0, right? So that is actually 1,070%. And 2 places to the right, that gets you 3.68%. All right, now let's just simplify our fractions. This simplifies to 39 fiftieths. Okay, this simplifies to 7 20ths by dividing by 5 over 5. And 368 10,000ths, let's divide that by 2 over 2. And I'm going to say half of 36 is 18, and half of 8 is 4. Okay, half of 10,000 is 5,000. But we can go again. Half of 18 is 9, half of 4 is 2, half of 5,000 is 2,500. All right, and we got to do it again. 92 cut in half is going to be 46 over 1,250. And we can do it one more time. The final time is 23 over 625. So, phew, that was a lot of simplifying. So that's how you do it. Fractions, decimals, percents, conversions. And we're going to keep working on it, and we're going to keep getting better. Have a good day, guys.